In today's tutorial, we're going to cover on making the Pink Ribbon Cancer Awareness Shawl. This is what the pattern looks like. It's just a condensed version, and I will give you the information in order to change the size because this would be probably a good throw as well, just very lightweight. What we have here is that it's a 2-row repeat. Once you get one side done, you'll do the edging, and then you'll turn this around, and I'll show you how to do that, and then you will crochet the other side. So the actual join is behind the neck of the model. And so what this is that you'll be joining on the original chain when you go to do it, so there's no sewing of the two pieces together, and therefore when it's draped over you, that it looks consistent when it's draping from one shoulder down and the other shoulder down, so one part of the scarf does not look like it's upside down. So we're going to get involved today. It's using Caron Simply Soft yarn with a 5mm crochet hook. I'll be using a 5.5mm size 9 with my Peyton's Alpaca Blend, which I think is discontinued, but I like the color, and you may have yarn that you would like to play with to make it personalized for you. I also have additional resources since the last time we filmed this 7 years ago. The pattern is still old like we had, but the instructions are still great. And so what I've done is that I've created some resources for you where we're going to create the one side and we go out, and then once we get to the end of the distance, you're then going to make then the edging, which is just 2 rows. Once you have that done, you are going to turn it in a certain way. So it's like this, and you have it grown out. You're going to turn it around, and then you are going to grow it out and then do the edging once again on the other side. So it's really key important on how you turn this thing around, and I'll give you tips on being able to do that. So let's begin right now. Let's begin. If you are going to substitute yarn, just make sure the hook complements the yarn. Look at the ball band for the recommended hook size to begin. So you can either chain a certain amount to do the actual pattern itself, which is a total of 66 chains, or if you would like to change the size, it's in multiples of 8. So you go 8, 8, 8, and then add 2. So it's multiples of 8 plus 2. So no matter which one you're going to do, just do it. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one multiple. Is it wide enough? Yes or no? Continue if you're not happy with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Happy? Yes or no? If not, keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once you're happy with the width of it, just add 2. So either chain 66 or multiples of 8 plus 2. Let's begin our first row. Our first row is the setup, and we're going to go second chain from the hook. So just go first and then second and single crochet in. You are then going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip only 3. So 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next. You are then going to chain only 3. So 1, 2, 3, and in the same one that this is currently in, the single crochet, place in 2 double crochet. And that's going to be your repeat going all the way across. Okay, so we're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, single crochet in, then chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip just 3, go to the 4th, single crochet in, and then create another one of these right here. So chain 3 and 2 double crochets in the same one where the single crochet is sitting in. And then how many are you going to skip? That's right, you're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do you skip? Skip 3, go to the 4th, and you keep doing that all the way across. So you're essentially creating these stitches that are looking like they're turned over, and then a chain 4 space in between. Do this all the way across your chain, and if you're ready to finish, once your last single crochet is in, just chain 3 and put in 2 more double crochet here, and then single crochet into the last one, which is skipping 3 and single in. So on one side, the pattern looks solid right to the edge, and on the other side there's a gap space. Let's move on to row number 2, and row number 2 and 3 is the repeat. At the end of row number 1, I should have told you to put in a stitch marker. So at the end of row number 1, before you turn to do row number 2, I want you to place in a stitch marker so that it will show you which side is the right side. So simply on row number 1, just go behind one of the posts and put in a spare piece of yarn and just loop it. So whenever you see this coming out, you will know that you're on the right side, because the second half of this shawl, it matters on where you attach it. So if you know where the right side is right from the row number 1, you'll be able to see it. So here you're looking at the wrong side because the tails are on the other side. Hopefully that helps, and let's keep moving. Let's turn your work around. Row number 2. So row number 2, we're going to chain 5, which will count as a double crochet and a chain 2 space. So 1, 2, 3, that's your double crochet. 4 and 5 is chain 2 space. The space that this chain 3 is right here, just go right into it and single crochet in, and then build that out just like you did one of these right here. So chain 3 and put 2 more double crochet into that same space. It's almost like corner to corner in many ways, but it's different. Once that's in, this next chain 4 space, just simply single crochet in, and that will keep it bent over. And so you'll notice that this will weave up and down like a chevron. Chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to the next space right over here. Single crochet in, chain 3, and then 2 more double crochet into that same space. So it's just like you were on the first row, but the difference is you're not working with a beginning chain any longer. So right into this next chain 4, single crochet in first, and then chain 4 to jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go right into the space, and then you're into the edge. So if you're not ready for the edge, just put me on pause, and if you're ready, you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to put your 2 double crochet in, and you still need to do a single crochet here, and it's in right here, that chain 4 space, but you're not done. And then you're going to chain 2 and then a double crochet into the top of the single crochet. So both sides should look even like that. So you can see that the stitches kind of moved in this direction, but once we turn it and do row number 3, we're going to just keep it going back and forth. Row number 3. Okay, you're going to just right where you are, chain 1 and single crochet in the top of the double. And just like the first row, you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come into the space right here. Single crochet, chain 3, and 2 more double crochet into that space. And you see it's now was here, so it's going to weave. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space, and then chain 4 to jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and go right into the space here. Bring it together. Then chain 3 and 2 double crochet into the same one. So it's exactly what you know before. It's just the starting and your stopping of your rows at the beginning is different between rows number 2 and 3. So then single crochet into the next chain 4 space, and then chain 4 to jump. Come into the space right here. And if you're not ready for the end, just put me on pause and keep on going. And for those that are ready, just chain 3 into your last space here, and then put in 2 double crochet. And what you need to watch for the most, because this is a chain 5 space, you're going to put it into the 4th chain. So count 1, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the 4th chain. Get both loops onto the hook. to make it stable. Okay, so what you're going to do then is repeat rows number 2 and 3 until the cows come home, and I'll come back to the instructions and show you what to do next. So here in the instructions, you are going to repeat rows number 2 and 3 until the piece measures 30 inches or 76 centimeters from the beginning, and you will need to end on a 3rd row, which is where I just stopped. So you keep doing now rows number 2 and 3 until 30 inches, and then do not fasten off, and then we're going to cover doing the edging next, and I'll show you the diagram for that. So the diagram's been provided to you, and right where we are sitting, we're sitting right here, and this is the end of number 3. Okay, so 5 is 3 as well. So you're just going to start up, and we're going to go work our way across and then back over and doing your picots here. It looks a little offset in the diagram format, but you got to trust in it in order to make it work, and we'll begin that next. At the end of number 3, you're going to turn your work, and you were going to just start by just chaining 1, and you were going to single crochet the first single right here. You were going to do the next 2 double crochets and make those as a single crochet as well. And then you're also going to single crochet into the chain 4 space. Right into this big space, we're going to do what is called as a fan, and it's going to be trebles. And you're going to start off by just doing a treble, so wrap twice and going right into this chain 4 space and creating a treble. And you need to see a total of 5 of those. So once you get the first one in, chain 1 and then do it again. So wrap twice and then chain 1. So that was twice now. This is the 3rd time. Chain 1, do it again. It helps if I actually crochet it right. Chain 1. Okay, so I can see what we have here. Okay, don't get confused with looking like there's 5 there when this is part of that first one. So I got 4. Okay, so I can see now there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with chain 1s that separate them. You're then going to come into the next chain 3 space right here, and you're going to single crochet, and then you'll do the same thing into the next chain 4 space right here. So you start with a treble, chain 1, and then treble again, chain 1, treble again, chain 1, treble again, chain 1, I think that was 4. So I'm going to chain 1 after it, so there's 4, and do it one last time so you get your 5 in. And then you come and stretch it to the next one over here, and you do that all the way across. And then when you're in the final one right here, when you're ready for it, it's the same thing I just showed you. So it's going to be starting with a treble, chain 1, a treble, chain 1, treble, chain 1, treble, chain 1, and treble. So there should be 5 in there. Okay, just double checking, and then right here in the last single crochet, just single crochet in to bring that to conclusion. So it feels a little offset, doesn't it? But you gotta trust in it, I suppose. And let's begin to do your next row. The next row is really quite easy. The last 2 stitches we're gonna leave untouched, and so we're just basically focusing on the trebles here. So let's begin. We're going to chain 1, and you're going to single crochet into the first single crochet. So every time you're at the top of one of these trebles, you're going to single crochet and then what is called as a picot. So chain 3 and slip into here, yarn over and pull through and through, and that creates a little point. The next chain 1 space you're going to use as a single crochet, and then you're going to be in the top of the next treble. So you just single crochet and then picot. So chain 3, slip in, pull through and through, and then coming into the next one for single crochet on its own, and then so it's at the tops of all of these trebles that you do the picot that creates the cool look that it has. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way across. So if it's just so the last treble is going to get a picot, you're going to put a single crochet right into this one here, the single, and then you do your next treble here. So you'll do your treble with a picot on top and keep on moving like that all the way across. And I'll see you at the end of the row. So I got my last picot in, and then you're just going to single crochet. And it says to leave the final 2 empty. You know what I would do, honestly? Just put the last 2 together as a 2 together single crochet, and it will look more finished to my point of view. But you have to decide what's going to work for you in order to make that happen. So once you have this done, we're ready for the other side of the shawl. So we're back on the diagram. We've just now finished the edge on this side, and we need to start this side. So we need to turn this around that makes sense so that the right side is on the wrong side of the work as we begin and build it up exactly the same instruction, and as well as doing the edging on this side. Let me show you how to turn it to make that happen. So you get your first half done. It's obviously going to be longer. We can see the stitch marker here is showing us the right side of the work. So what we're going to do then is just turn the project completely over. So then when we go to start, we're going to see the wrong side of row number 1, and then we're going to turn upside down, and we're going to begin the first part of the shawl again, starting with the beginning chain that is already here. Let's show you how to start that. So I'm going to show it to you with a different color yarn so that you can see where the stitches are. So we complete row number 1 just like we did. The chain already exists. So we're going to start with the first one here on the underside of the single crochet, and we are going to join it. Okay, chain 1 and single crochet into the join. So now I'm just going to leave that tail aside. We're now going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then see this? That's the same chain where everything was coming out of before. So we're going to just single crochet in, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and in the same one, you were going to put in 2 more double crochet. So we're just getting ourselves started, and by the time you get to the second half, you're probably used to the pattern anyway. So now that those are in, see this one here? We're going to begin, and we're going to single crochet here, and then you need to do a chain 4 to jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right here where the other one is, you're going to single crochet, chain 3, and put in 2 double crochet into that same one. Right where this is, you're going to single crochet and then chain 4 to jump again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and right where this one is right here, you're going to single crochet, chain 3. And then you're just going to keep doing this all the way across, and then when you're in the last one like I am, you just finish this last one in, and then you're going to single crochet into the last stitch that is in the row. So now you've just established row number 1 again, so you can just repeat then rows number 2 and 3, just like I showed you before. This is going to fan out, which is what it's supposed to do, and you're going to build it up again 30 inches, and then you'll do your 2 rows of the edging, and this would be how you complete the pink ribbon crochet shawl.